So let's dive into the world where AI meets money management and where algorithms are starting to know us better than we know ourselves. So, in this session, we will explore how banks and fintechs are using artificial intelligence to deliver smarter, faster, and more personal investment experiences, from predictive portfolio tools to next gen robo-advisor that adapt in real time. As client expectations evolve, the question is not if AI belongs in wealth planning, it is how far it can go. Please join me in welcoming our moderator, Opal Yang, founder and CEO of New Direction Solution, to lead the discussion. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm so happy to be here again, IFX Asia. I'm really happy to be able to moderate this topic that I'm always very interested. I believe all of you, all of us now, our life is heavily being affected by AI. Myself having a consultant company that is in forex and fintech area, I see the first hand how AI affecting us to change the way we trade and also the way we construct the portfolio and everything, all the aspects of wealth management. So today, I'm more than excited to be able to share the stage with the three experts I always admire to talk about AI in the actual procedure in wealth planning and the future, and maybe some risk or how do we prevent some of the ethical error in the future. So I have. I'm going to introduce them one by one, and for them to be able to talk about their impact, their background in, especially in AI. Today we have P.S. Tan.
Hello.
P.S. Tan is portfolio manager. Also, he is the brand ambassador of Mega Fusion Group. Would you like to talk about how AI affect your business or your trading and everything?
Actually, in nowadays, everyone using AI, especially in the first stage, we use that on the reporting part. Reporting analysis the portfolio. Nowadays, we use it more on the trading idea analytics. We find ideas and we control the risk by using AI to calculate what is really impact our portfolio. We start to use more about this.
Right, so it's already quite a lot of involvement with AI in trading. And the second in our panel is Ash. Ash is the founder and the CIO of Crystal AI, which is a digital platform for portfolio management, wealth management. 10 years already in the market, so I'm sure we will learn a lot from him today.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, Opal. Very good afternoon to everyone. Thanks for giving us the opportunity to talk here. So Crystal AI has been, like you mentioned, 10 years into the business. We are effectively an AI native private bank, using the word bank in quotes, because we are basically in the wealth management that targets mass affluent investors. And one of the key things that, the vision we had when we started in 2016 was to build the whole private wealth experience on the AI rails. So every business process, every client interaction, RM interaction, or portfolio management has some element of various AI or ML tools coming into play. So in fact, people keep joking that how did you know that Gen AI is going to be so big 10 years before? The fact is, the answer is that I had no idea that it's going to be so big. But we did have this vision that AI can solve a problem of hyper-personalization. So that's the path that we have taken, and completing 10 successful years into that.
Joining us, the third expert today is Anki. Anki is a fintech entrepreneur. Also, an important role is in AI Association in Hong Kong. So today, when we talk about transparency, when we talk about regulation and how you apply the AI in actual business, financial, maybe also financial sector or cover all the different companies? So our expert is here today.
Thanks, Opal. It's an electric atmosphere today. Looking forward to the conversation. Quick self-intro. Been a fintech founder for the last 8 years. Last year, became one of the founding members for the AI Association of Hong Kong and leading the financial services ecosystem for the association now, co-leading it, where we are looking to partner with enterprises to drive commercialization and adoption of AI. So the AI hype is real, it's here to stay, and it's probably going to last really long. And by the time, by the time by the time we see the end of it, we would have generated a lot of value. And, I think we'll be at the middle of it.
Right. So, well, Ankig is already mentioned part of my question. So AI hype is real, is already here, right? So let's start with that. How AI? I think in these questions, Ash will be the best to respond because we always think about AI is already involved in our life, but particularly in wealth planning, is AI already the companies are already using AI in the real portfolio optimization and smart advice, or also even like in risk management. It's already all there.
That's correct. Yeah. So see, what's happening in wealth planning is that it's an iterative process, and now with earlier it was, let's say, only AI and ML which was doing more optimization. Whether you're a robo-advisor, whether you're a wealth planner. So there was more portfolio optimization, let's say 10 years ago. But what's happened in the last 10 odd years is that as GenAI has come into existence, so the computers have started speaking human language. Right? Earlier, humans had to learn computer language, whether it's Python or C++ or whatever, but now it's the other way around. And with that, there's a superpower that has come into being, which means that the AI algorithms can understand client behavior, they can understand markets, and that interaction, with the whole what we call as a reinforcement learning loop, that really brings out the best in terms of recommendations, which are customized or personalized to the client. And these algos learn. So imagine that you have an RM or an advisor who's taking feedback from you, who's also taking feedback from the market. Now it is the AI algorithm that is taking both these feedbacks in the language you want. And it's given that superpower to every advisor to get these tools at their fingertips to go about portfolio construction, customization, and make sure that all the risks are well recognized. And the trust element comes from doing the right thing for the clients in an unbiased way. And that's the level that AI is really enabling, I would say, helping a human advisor to become a superhuman advisor.
Wow. And in terms of actual trading and portfolio management, Piers, do you find that how AI is implementing your trading already?
Yes. At first, people think that AI just like a buzzword, but for MegaFusion, we adopt this in our systems. The first phase we adopt is in the AI-driven analytics. We consolidate macro data, market data, and macro trend, and even investors' behaviors. How the investor sentiments, we consolidate them to come up solutions and answers the real time, just like a market radar for every investors. Before, this is the privilege for the institution companies, just like investment bank. They have the privilege to use this data to increase their portfolio return, control the risk. Nowadays, because the AI we adopt in our trading platform, so this make every traders have this powerful market radars.
So it's not only the high net worth clients can have this privilege.
I think in our platform, MegaFusion opened this trading function to every traders who enter in our platform. So in MegaFusion, this is no longer a privilege for the high net worth. It's more adapted to the retail and mass market.
Right. I know actually in the Crystal AI is something similar as well. You can tailor, personalize or customize to all the participants, all the users as well in your platform, right?
That's correct. See, the idea is to bring more access, more democratization to people who don't get access to wealth, right? So typically, if you look at the large private banks, they have a minimum size to get started in terms of when they service a customer, and that creates a gap in the offering which other affluent investors or more retail investors do not get access to. So opening that access is important for the broader wealth management ecosystem to grow, and making sure that the advisors become smarter. As you know, there's a wealth transfer happening from the previous generation to the next generation. There's a different engagement happening, and how the new generation wants to go about wealth planning. I mean, people talk to it, via, let's say, WhatsApps or WeChats and so on, even when they're like sitting next to each other. And people are like, talking via, let's say, Discord or any other gaming kind of apps. So there's a huge digital element to human engagement. But I think it's important to also say that while this access is being developed, the idea is that to use AI to make it more constructively, so that you help enable people achieve a larger outcome, rather than being disruptive. Now, of course, when a new technology comes, there is a little bit of disruption, right? So let's say when letters or let's say automobiles were invented, the sending a letter with pigeons was disrupted. When email came, then letters via post was disrupted. So when WhatsApp came or other chat apps came, then emails also took a hit. But at the same time, as AI comes, it is almost a revolution as big as the, let's say, formation or innovation of the internet. And I think we are just seeing the initial phase of growth. I don't think the market or a lot of participants understand the power that it has, because it can really, really bring that personalization to the next level. And today you just see it in movies, right? That how the AI agents are helping you go about it. So at Crystal AI, we use this analogy of the Iron Man, where we say that you take any advisor, let's say that Tony Stark, who wears an Iron Man suit, and there's a Jarvis algorithm that guides him how to go about managing the enemies or other things. So similarly, in the complex world of wealth management, especially when you're catering to thousands or millions of customers, you still want to have that human touch, but that human has to become superhuman. Otherwise, they cannot service their clients. And AI is the only way, the only technology that can help deliver that. So that's a strong belief that we have, and we've seen initial success. But I think there is almost a 100 or 1,000x of gains to come in this market.
Wow, I can't wait for the future. I believe, Ankit, when you are helping the companies to get involved more in AI, do you see that this customization also apply in the companies and with the Gen Z generation, millennials? Do we customize to this level yet?
Yeah, I think as a fintech founder, one of the milestones that we hit was we were servicing about 500,000 consumers here in this market. So there was a lot of first-hand knowledge around what kind of problems they're facing around their personal finances and investment journey. And I think AI is really getting ready to resolving these problems. If I have to just break it down quickly into two parts, the first part is the investor augmentation. I mean, for an average investor out there, it's very difficult for them to understand what the annual reports of these, companies actually mean, what these different terminologies mean. But now with the conversational AI, being super accessible, and the fact that you're giving the power to the end consumer to be able to ask something, in a language that is very comfortable to them, as opposed to a learning curve that might have existed before, is just extremely empowering towards getting them investing. So, we are starting to see, brokers sort of integrate these kind of technologies inside, where customers are asking them queries like, what's the revenue of this company? How did it grow as compared to last year? We are seeing sort of, AI products generally like ChatGPT, Perplexity, integrate data sets as well to be able to answer these queries in an extremely sort of factual way, in an easy to understand language. I think the second part to this is, once the investors are getting more and more educated around, how to make great investment decisions, the next phase of this is enabling or democratizing the ability for them to create investment strategies. So previously, creating investment strategies was an extremely technical thing to do unless you were able to integrate APIs, write code. It was very difficult to be able to sort of backtest and create strategies. But now we are seeing conversational capabilities where investors, retail investors, can take the learnings, the analysis, and sort of transform that into strategies and test it out themselves. So I think that's the next era of investing that are here to solve these problems. I think the second part of AI, which is extremely exciting, is how the video and the audio kind of AI is evolving. Consumers grasp and understand knowledge in extremely different ways. So some people are great at reading, some people are great at listening to podcasts, some people consume knowledge through movies. And now, with the way sort of AI is evolving, not just on the LLM space, which is mostly around text, but now in the video space and the audio space, you're able to create podcasts, in an extremely personalized way. So now as a consumer, I can choose to consume knowledge in whatever fashion I'm the most comfortable with. And that's what I call real personalization.
Well, I actually have one question that I didn't give you the question because when you are talking, I just realized with this kind of level of what AI can achieve, wouldn't be scanned also go over the roof?
I think AI has very specific AI-specific risks that didn't exist previously in the security world. So there are like risks called prompt injections, or there's like you can kind of make the AI believe that they are a certain role like a programmer and get access to sort of certain information that only a program. So you can manipulate the AI to think in a different way as well. So yes, there are very AI-specific risks that exist. At the moment in the AI world, there's about 15 very AI-specific risks that have been identified. And more so, there are companies now coming out, who are specialized in building guardrails as well.
Yeah.
So I think fraud is something that has always existed.
Yeah.
But as the technology is evolving, so are the anti-fraud companies looking to evolve as well. And I think the regulators are also taking note. I think regulators are also providing a lot of information on the guardrails that should be put when you sort of productize a particular AI product. So I think the whole ecosystem is taking note, and as we are learning more, people are developing as well.
That's true. It's also a lot to do with the education. So that's a big part of it. I think also when we talk about how AI can do it, how we can be helped by AI, there are always concerns in everybody, like, if my job is secure, right? So how do we find the perfect balance? I mean, how does AI to collaborate with the actual human advisor?
Yeah, so I'll take that. Yeah. So see, I think so. One is the point of having AI being used responsibly. The second is the point that you mentioned on education. So in today's world, like every function needs to adapt to using AI to bring more efficiency, productivity to what they are doing. So the barrier that earlier, let's say an accountant was doing only accounting, did not have to use any technology, any AI. That barrier has kind of gone. So today, programmers can do accounting, accountants can do programming. And that's the power that is being delivered, which essentially means there's going to be a lot of productivity gains. Now, of course, as the technologies evolve, people have to get their education levels higher. Like today, if you don't know how to use the GPTs or Perplexities or whichever Geminis of the world, then you are going to see that your productivity is lagging behind. So especially the new generation that's coming into jobs, their learning curve has to be very, very steep because the basic level of jobs are being done by AI, and the expectation is that you become a master of that and do something even better. So that kind of education needs to be, I think, coming through all schools, universities, colleges, and so on, and also on the job. So for example, like when we curate a particular fund, this world of alternate funds, crypto assets, and so on, there's a lot of learning that everyone has to do. But a single human being cannot learn about everything, from scratch. It's only like on the job. If you have these tools available, your learning curve is very, very steep. So imagine 3 years ago when you did not have a GPT versus today when you have a GPT, within a few seconds you get all the answers you want, and your learning is very, very steep. So I think that adaptation is needed by the next generation. And also the existing people in the firm, they have to adopt the new business processes. So, like 5 years ago, we used to have a team of, let's say, 10 analysts analyzing 400-page PPMs and documents and coming up with the summaries. Today, it can be done with like just one or two people who are smart enough to just get everything, in one place. Even when we run the investment committee as the CIO, when I chair the committee, it's much easier for us now within a day or two to get all the research available, from all the various banks or research providers, get a summary of it, see what are the key differences that various, let's say, players have, and based on that, run the committee and give a forward-looking view. So it's become a lot more efficient. A process that used to take 5 days, 10 days for us, maybe 15 days, happens now within a day or so. And that efficiency, you can see the productivity gains coming out quite well. But education is quite key over there, and using it responsibly, using it with guardrails is important. See, AI does hallucinate, right? So there are hallucination risks. So you need to control the data. The security risks are important to understand. You cannot just let it go free and keep it open. So a combination of a hybrid model of human plus AI is the best one in our experience, and that's where I think the world will evolve into. It's very important to have an empathetic touch, a high EQ, but supplemented by the IQ of AI.
From my point of view, there's a really good balance for AI and human. It is in our company. At first, we have mentioned that we add more AI functions to the trading platform to allow the users to equip their knowledge. I like shares the examples that Iron Man. The platform can make the air-free traders become Iron Man-like, because when I was studying in university, try to trading stocks, my watch list is only 10 stocks. I can't handle that much. When we follow the chart and study the annual report, it takes too much time. Nowadays, we use AI. We know about the company in seconds. We know what they're doing, how they make money, how the FX market is trading. We can make every trader to empower them to trade multiple assets and know them really, really easy and fast. So this is very good. Also, our platform, and provide two tools that's really key for the traders. One is auto charters. Another one is STP ECN system. This is a chart recognized system to allow traders to know every stock that show that they are going to break out or some trend changing patterns. So this tool is helping the traders become more powerful, and also we need human to support the platform. Once clients have some issues they want to fix, we can't use AI or only chatbot to help them. So we need to have 24/7 human CS team support them through voice, email, and other channels to make sure that they feel that the platform is only not held by AI only. There's people behind to support it. I think this is the quite good balance in our company to serve clients.
Right. I believe maybe in the future at some point, people will actually thinking about, I just want human, isn't it? That will also happen, right? But I mean, right now, I think the base, the key point is to find the perfect balance, because I mean, obviously, only human can't do a lot of things. Like now, like what you said, in a few seconds, they give you the answer, or you can maybe watch tens of thousands of stocks or different product range now, which you can only do 10 in 10 years ago. So yeah, big change, but balance finding is the key.
See, just to add to that, like what we are also mentioning about the Iron Man, right? The Iron Man has a human in it. There is a Robert Downey Jr.
Exactly,
It's not a robotic
brand.
movie, right? So there is a Tony Stark, right? So that's where, he has a suit. And that suit is, let's say, AI, and then you have a Jarvis, which is the algorithm that guides him, and that's how he becomes super powerful and can do the right things. So the combination of human plus AI augmentation is super important, because you cannot replace EQ, and I hope AI does not replace EQ. I don't think it will, and that's something that is important. Yeah.
Right. And we talk about all the good things that already brought us or even happening still in the future. Maybe we can talk about a bit like risk and or something maybe we can help. Um, there are a lot of experts worry about AI is going too fast. So would implement regulation help or actually stop its progressing? Maybe this one, Enki, you have more expertise in this.
Yeah, I think generally customer-facing propositions in most markets al- have been tested in a very controlled environment precisely because of the risks that are associated with it. The thing about Gen AI is that you're basically providing the power to the input to the end user. So you can really be building for a few queries now. Like you can be testing for everything that the user might ask you. Yeah, there's always going to be a lot of unexpected things that the user might want to know through a conversational interface. So it is impossible for you to test before you launch. And so therefore, there is a little bit of, whenever it's customer facing, there is a little bit of a control group just to understand as much as possible. And at the end of the day, there are guardrails that have to be put in to ensure that AI-specific risks are controlled. However, on the other side, which is advisor-specific, more internal operational kind of use cases, that's where there is a lot more openness around identifying or innovation when it from most wealth managers. So that's where we are seeing things move extremely fast. And there are a lot of learnings from there that can be translated to the customer experience as well. I think one last thing I would add is just because Gen AI is evolving extremely fast, it doesn't mean that customer expectations are evolving as fast as well. You can be building a product where the customers are not going to end up using it the way you want them to use it. So it's important to kind of create a design which translates to the customer needs and sort of ensure that the versioning of the technology is aligned to that.
Right.
I'm going to just borrow a line from another movie, right? So it's now with great power comes great responsibility.
Exactly.
So there, when you're building these AI agents, let's say a product agent, an advisory agent, or a portfolio agent, and so on, or a trading agent, and you have like a supervisor agent who looks at all these agents, and then you have a human which is actually supervising this supervisory agent. So in the agentic AI architecture, it is very important to build those guardrails. So for example, let's say an RM or advisor is marketing a 10, 12-year, let's say, illiquid private equity kind of fund to an 80-year-old person. Now, a human could make that mistake, but if you have these guardrails built into the system, where the human itself is, like the Jarvis is telling him that, hey, no, you should not be doing this thing. This is not appropriate. That those kind of insights that are given to the human advisors are super important. That can help implement these guardrails. So even, from a regulatory perspective or self-governance perspective, when we run the investment committees or product committees, or when we have the regulatory audits, these aspects do come out. That what are the guardrails that are built into the algorithm, into the interaction with customers, and how do we make sure that there is no mis-selling, or there is no, there is appropriateness that is taken care of, suitability that's taken care of. So definitely guardrails have to be built. But of course, with every powerful technology, there is a huge risk that of misuse that comes with it, whether it's fake videos or fake voices, impersonation risks. So all those things are coming up. Ankit did mention there are 15 like high-risk points of AI that the association has identified, and there are enough, I would say, startups or large companies working towards mitigating those risks. And of course, regulators are also, I would say, pretty much ahead, taking it in the lead in the front to make sure that the players are doing it responsibly.
Talking about the regulators, as far as you know, does the regulators also use the AI already to audit or monitor those companies?
That's true. So already, whether it's fraud detection or any kinds of transaction monitoring, so there's a lot of AI that's being used by auditors, regulators, combined. But see, we use AI, and let's take facial recognition, right? Like going through immigration today is a breeze, right? You just walk through. I've done that in Singapore, in Dubai, Hong Kong, everywhere, right? And it's very, very clear. Now, the same facial recognition technology could be misused by someone hurt someone's privacy. And that's where the regulators or some kind of regulation governing AI should evolve. But I think they're already using it and they're aware of the risk. I would say that they're quite smart. They're quite ahead of the curve. And we should be like the industry should be working with them to make sure that the standards of governing AI are well developed.
Right. Well, I think we covered a lot of it. To wrap up, I would like to have all of you to make a forecast. I mean, this is typical question that in a lot of panels, like, what do you think is going to happen? How it will look like in 3 to 5 years' time for AI in wealth planning?
For me, I think that AI will fasten everything, speed up everything in the financial market. So I think there will many new products will be invented because the old process, traditional process for start a new products, you have a long way to go. You will take a long time. But since AI and adapt in the financial system, then so many maybe PIPOs products will be coming up. Many derivatives will come up. So, and I think that this will make more choices for the investors. From Megafusions, we are going to have emerging market ETF. ESG asset, digital currency, and innovative derivatives will launch in the platform because the AI implement in our system to make it more faster. So our clients have more choices on invest different vehicles.
Right.
I think I'll just summarize it, predict in some manner that I think one day the customers will have so much power that you can literally choose that do I want to be advised by Warren Buffett's hologram or Cathy Wood's hologram, or whichever is the best trader or advisor that I want, and you can have literally that simulated at your fingertips. That today I'm feeling that I want to take some risk, so I'll go with let's say a Cathy Wood style of investing, or I want to be more conservative, I'll go with a Warren Buffett style of investing. So you could have that kind of a power coming right into your hands in the next 5 years.
I think for me, it's really democratization. That trend is going to continue, and it's going to accelerate over the next 3 to 5 years. More products, more technologies, more power to the customer.
Right. I also have, like I always imagine how it would be like wealth planning, like in 5 years' time. For me, I think it would be going towards also more like a gamified. So I believe we will have a financial twin that already have all the system, all the data informations in these financial twins, including the spending habit, the income, and all the necessary background savings and everything, and the risk preference. And then when you are making a decision, they can already predict after you make this decision, what is the actual outcome? And then for you to be able to, like role play first in advance, like which decision you will be the best decision. I'm imagining the world like that, but it actually sounds a bit scary, like things could happen. I think we've covered a lot of it. I wonder if we have questions from the audience. Actually, I want to have this final question. So, as things progress that fast, is there anything that the AI can't do that we still rely on human? We still would need this traditional financial advisor.
Definitely. I'll just take that first. So like I said, it's the hybrid thing that is important. What AI cannot do is look you in the eye and you can then see, whether you can trust the person, whether you can, get the chemistry behind it. AI cannot do that. I hope it can't do it later also. But that empathetic human touch is super important, especially when things go haywire, right? When there are tariffs or COVID and all financial crises, all those kind of things coming in, you want to talk to a human. You want to feel good about it. If you know that you're talking to an AI, you always have that there's something missing here. So that empathetic human touch you cannot take away, you should not take away. And that should be almost like a guardrail that I think the industry should build.
Right.
I
Yes.
think the human sympathy Yes, this AI can't do it. When you do tradings, you have a serious loss, you feel really bad. AI can't make you feel better. So I think that human touch is really important at this moment. When you lost, you need to have maybe you learn something, you need to move forward. If you lose and then stop trading, it is the failures for your investment lives. So I think this is the key part for the investment advisor to, as a counselor, to make the investor feel better and move forward.
So it's more counselor role, not the
Yeah.
actual advisor, because the advisor part.
This is part of the trading.
Yeah, true.
Win or lose is part of the tradings.
Right.
Someone to blame, hire and fire. The role of humans to humans.
Right. Yeah, I also believe that. I think with the financial advisor, there's also like a long-term relationship building. So like maybe someone to plan, or when you actually make the wrong decision, somebody to talk to, like what you say. So I think the AI is not. It's clear that AI is already involved in all this decision making in financial investment, but how to use it responsibly and how to use it to actually be more efficient, make the right decision is all on the way. And thank you all the experts to share all your insights. And I think, well, we will go for a better future with the AI's help.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you
Thank
so
you,
much.
everyone.